soro no ye wona wasure nana. Erire Biafra go mana o. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Obamomo. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Lucky star is sinking I'm sinking Udogu, Biafra. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Yeruwe yo witruwe salute. Mistoko with the sado. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Uro Mistoko with the sado. No. Amaru Tomo Agbada Guru. PM Simon Joe. You have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tide cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. Soko with the sado. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the food that we eat. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the sado. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the sado. Paradim say you are so good. Anna Wabadaburu. Amarotomo Agbada Guru. Amarotomo Agbada Guru. Urobisoko with the sado. Urobisoko we throw a salute. Even lucky star, it is sado. You do well, it is sado. That you do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amarotomo Agbada Guru. I am in tears of joy, for your good work cannot be quantified. Oh. Amorotomo agbada guru. Ewo isuko.
I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. Do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Moroku, Nijimwero Mwekumu Biafra. Mwerenda siputa makamwero mwekanyinaga biko kulie ogeruo biko kulie iye jamalike ogeruo
Onwere ndị akpọrọku maka nwere onwe anyị. Onwere ndị amụrụ chekwa maka nwere onwe ụmụ Biafra.
biko kulie ogeruo biko kulie iye jamalike ogeruo the spirit of Biafra biko kulie ogeruo nwere ndị Biafra jide ebube biko bilie ogeruo Ohamadike nọ na dungeon unu ga-ekwe ka ihere mee ya Odike, mbosi ike rura choba dike. Biko kulie nuo, ogeruo. Biko kulie, iye jamadike ogeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, Master Simon M. Upon the smooth street Gabaniru Naibuna, Nebradra Damo Mayebudo, Ogini. Mazi Simon Epa, emezu wonkokwere onye ndu. Ihe gamadi keruo, imakwa Simon Epa wujie. Ihe gamadi keruo, Simon Epa watakata abụọ. Ojuda kwenyi, mkpikwere onye ndu kinebe tata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you. Prime Minister Veronye, Aniga Manuga, I will follow you. Anina, I will follow you. I will follow you. The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Ogwe Bucharangwe, Master Simon Epa, Ogene.
Mazi Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Kaka Nogu, Atakata Kaina Bogi, Ojuda Ueyi, Kwipolonyendu, Kine Menata.
I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back, I will follow you. Prime Minister Veronye, Aniga Manuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you. Ohamadike Biafra, Dahi Boroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike Ro, Biafra Republic Government Awuchie. Iye Jamadike Ro, Commander General Brgie. General Buduso, Zona Atakatawo. Commander Holy Ghost, Ogonyendu Borokunu Nazatata. Biko kulie nuo, ogeruo. Biko kulie, iye jamayike ogeruo. Biko kulie nuo,
These people are just wicked politicians.
Maka Biafra, we're putara anyị onye ndu Simon Eba
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you.
He say, welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this very program, wherever you are joining from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. And I say once again, happy sit at home. Today is Monday, a special day, as we all know, for us who are Biafrans, those of us who have been following events. If you are a faithful follower of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you are a faithful follower of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel Ekpa, if you are a faithful pursuer of the freedom of Biafra, you should know what today is. Monday is a very special day to us. Monday is a very special day to us. It's a day that every one of us, in Biafra land more especially, come together to let the world know that we are no longer interested in the Zoological Republic.
It is a day the Biafrans speak loud about the delegitimization of Biafran government and its official in Biafra territory. Today is the day that Biafrans show to the world that we will not tolerate the continuous detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the continued illegal detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS. It is a day that Biafrans come together to demand the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the unconditional release of every political prisoner of Biafra in captivity. It is a day that Biafrans come together to show to the whole world that today we have a government. A day we show the world that Biafran government is in charge of Biafran territory. In case you are not a Biafran and you are watching us wherever you are watching, I want to let you know that if you want to know if Biafran government is in charge, visit Biafran territory today. You are going to see the difference and you know who is in charge. Once again, for the sake of those who are joining this platform for the very first time, or those who will see this video for the very first time, this is a platform that is under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. A platform that represents the Biafran government. This is a platform that is under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack individuals or people. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to continue to present the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world, to tell the truth of the situation and nothing more. In this platform, there is no political correctness. We say it the way it is. In this platform, we are here to encourage Biafrans to continue to hold on to their legitimate rights, those rights that Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself instituted by himself. The world accepts it. Africans accept it. The zoo called Nigeria is also accepts it. Those are the right to self-determination, the right to self-defense, and the right to life. These rights cannot be tampered with, and Biafrans are not ready to gamble with it. As a Biafran, you have to hold these rights to the highest esteem. That is why we come here to remind Biafrans on doing what they're supposed to do. We don't come against individuals, except for those who have made themselves available. If you make yourself as an instrument of oppression against the Biafrans, it does not matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. As long as you present yourself as a willing tool in the hand of the enemy to keep us down, you will definitely get the fire of the dragon. The fire of the dragon is going to burn you so much that you cannot be able to survive it. My fellow Biafrans, this is another morning, and we have come again to express our views, pass informations, and let the Biafrans know where we are headed, where we are coming from, and where we are going. These informations are very vital, and we must continue to push it out so that the world will know. There are so many people who do not know what we are doing, why we are doing what we are doing, and why we are taking the path we are taking. That is why we take it upon ourselves to come every morning to engage with the world at large. Most importantly, with Biafrans. This morning section is an interactive section. You can see the link I posted on the comment section. If you want to join us on the platform to air your opinion, as long as you are watching us and you are part of us in David Harbour channel on YouTube, you can click that link and come in. But if you are watching us from Facebook, those who are watching from Facebook, you cannot be able to come into the program. You can only watch and observe us. But help us to share. I can see many people watching from Facebook. Please like the program and share it to other people to join us. It is very important. We know that the social media is not our friend. Most of the social media networks are caging us. They are trying to limit our views. But we can make exploit if you yourself can support us by liking the program and also sharing it. like and share. When you like and share the program, you are actually activating the algorithm of the social media to post the information to others and allow others to join us to watch. That is why you have to partake in this very assignment. As long as you are watching us, you are part of the media. You have to do your own part by sharing. So I welcome every one of you. If you want to join me on stage, those who are watching from YouTube, feel free, click the link and come in. But while you are coming in, make sure you appear decent, because we are representing the government and the world is watching. You must appear decent to the world. You can't appear on this program naked. And while you are speaking, you must try as much as possible to keep your comments civil. I keep on reminding you about this information because it is vital. We can't create another zoo. Not on the social media, not on the real person. We will not create another zoo. We want to create a society where people will have a manner of speech. A society where people can have that tolerance. You can tolerate anybody, no matter who they are. Listen to them and understand what they have to say. That is the society we want to create. And that is why we urge you to speak in a decent manner. Speak with civility whenever you come to the program. Be civil. I am not telling you not to get angry. I'm not telling you not to share your opinion. I'm not telling you to change your ideas. I'm not telling you to be politically correct. You can get angry for as much as you can. Express yourself as much as you can. But in doing all that, you must do it in a civil manner. That is our request. And if you are a Biafran, you have the right to communicate to the world in your own dialect. This is where we express our healthy diversity to the whole world. In Biafra, we have different tribes. We have different tongues. And in those tongues, we have one single ideology. We have one single value system, and that is what makes us unique. That is what makes us a country. We have one value system in the Biafra land, the old southeastern region, which comprises of the present south-south, southeast, lower Kuri, lower Benue. If you fall within this area, you are a Biafran. It doesn't matter the name you give to yourself. You are free to take any nickname you want, but we know you are a Biafran. Our enemy knows you as a Biafran. So if you don't know yourself as a Biafran, your enemy knows that you are a Biafran. And we have the same value system, almost the same religion, and almost the same kind of food that you want to eat. That is the uniqueness of Biafran people. We are unique. So if you are from that area, feel free to use that link. If you have any question to ask, come in and ask your question. You have any contribution to make, any prayer to say, whatever information you want to pass to the Biafran government, you can pass it here. I bet you members of the cabinet are watching. Our prime minister is watching us. Whatever you say will be taken into consideration. Feel free to express yourself in this platform, in your own dialect, in broken English, in any way you can. It is allowed. My fellow Biafrans, today, as we all know, a special day is a sit-at-home day. And when you look at the title, we won't miss it. We say, exclusive Monday sit-at-home, Hardtalk, the Biafran Republic Government in Exile Prime Minister, Mbshell move to free Biafra, 1 month lockdown. We are going to discuss mainly about the sit-at-home. Most importantly, the 1 month lockdown that is coming up. The 1 month lockdown that is coming up. A major move and bombshell from the Prime Minister of Biafra, it is very crucial, very, very important. We are getting on top of it. We are getting to the peak. Remember, all the preparation you have been given for the past years, the whole preparation you have been given through a sit-at-home, it is now maturing. It is now maturing, and we will continue on this angle of training until December 2nd, after which it will be a different ball game. And when you begin to see what will happen from December 2nd, you are not going to be surprised. You're not going to be troubled. You will not be disturbed. Let me tell you, the Prime Minister of Biafra, the President is a strategist. If you don't know that by now, it means you are a clown. If you do not know the capacity of the man today who is running the affair of the Biafran people, if you don't know his capacity and what he's able to do, I don't think your common sense is still working. Just look back to what he has done, what he has said, and how far we have gone. The preparations and his modus operandi, the way he's carrying Biafrans along, the way he's carrying us along happily through a training process, even though it is a tough process, we go through it happily. Even though the process is very tough, let me tell you what Biafrans have gone through within these few years. It takes only determination, wisdom, and knowledge for people to go through that and stand firm. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra have taken us through a long way of training. And we are going to continue on that until Biafra exists. Most importantly, until after the declaration, when the whole thing will be blown out. My fellow Biafrans, there is no single move we made that was for a loss. Even though it is tough, it wants it. Those of you who listened to our Prime Minister's broadcast yesterday, he made it very clear that we are entering into another mode. The lockdown that is going to take 1 good month. And I want you to know that that lockdown is focused. The focus of that lockdown is on the government of the zoo. It doesn't have anything to do with Biafrans. It will not affect your business. You are going to do your business, do your transaction, do everything you have to do. It is focused on government offices and officials. And the places that is affected will be announced and named for you to understand how effective and how careful the government of Biafra is. Every single thing the Biafran government is doing, the major priority is to make sure that the Biafran people, their life and property is secured. That is the primary objective of every government of the world that is sensible. And that is what the Biafran government is pursuing. It is not just in sweet words. I am telling you about the action on the ground. For those who have been following events, you can testify by yourself that every single thing I'm saying here is exactly how it has been going. There is nothing I'm saying here that is secret. They are all in the open. And if you are not following our Prime Minister on X, you are missing out a lot. You are missing out a lot because informations are in the public for you, for me. On this stage of the restoration, nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. Everything is in the public. Whatever information you need, you get in public. My fellow Biafrans, we have to prepare for what is coming. It is no longer the same way you think it is. The game has changed. While we wait patiently for our Prime Minister to announce the date when the lockdown will start, begin to prepare your mind, prepare yourself. As I said before, we have passed through a very tough training. Every single sit at home we have done before is a training. Now, you need to apply the techniques you have learned. Prepare yourself for any eventuality. Be security conscious at all times. Know where to be, when to be, and where not to be. My fellow Biafrans, before we go forward, I would like to play some clip from the message of our Prime Minister on his visit to Africa yesterday. Yesterday, our Prime Minister visited Africa for a town hall meeting, and it was amazing. It was a bombshell from different angles. All people, Biafrans across Africa who are living in different African countries came up and they made their opinion known. They made their contribution. So I'm going to play an extract from the message of our Prime Minister during his visit to Africa yesterday. It was amazing. It was superb. Everybody is carried along. There are so many good news on his broadcast yesterday, and I bet you, as usual, anytime the Prime Minister goes on outing, it is always a different ballgame. I want you to listen to this very video I'm about to play. An extract from the visit of our Prime Minister yesterday to Africa. Let us listen to what the Prime Minister has to say.
Today, I want to use this opportunity to announce to entire Biafrans all over the world our next phase of the Biafra liberation. The next phase of the Biafra liberation is the forceful delegitimization of the Nigeria terrorist state within Biafra land. What do I mean by this? Our next phase is enforcement. Enforcement of the closure and the lockdown of every presence of Nigeria for the next 1 month. Our next 1 month lockdown is going to be enforced. For the very first time in the history of the Biafra liberation, we are enforcing the lockdown of Nigeria within Biafra territory for 1 month. What did I say? Enforcement. We are going to use force. The Biafra Liberation Army, for the very first time, will engage the Nigeria terrorists in quest to push them out of our land, and we are going to have a test. The test will be for complete 1 month. We will lock down the offices. The offices to be locked down in Biafra land will be listed in days to come. We're going to list all of them so that nobody will say they don't know about it. And of course, we will make sure that civilians in Biafra land are protected. Our guns and ammunition and arms will never go against civilians. This targeted eviction and delegitimization of Nigeria has become a must. It has become inevitable as we continue to fight the terrorists within our land. Our aim and objective is to completely eradicate Nigeria. And of course, we are going to have a test of what is to come after December 2nd. So the announcement for the 1 month lockdown of Nigeria system within Biafra land will come in a week or 2 weeks to come. We will give you the date from when to when, and of course, also list the offices that will be locked down for 1 month in Biafra land. And like I said, we will enforce it. We will enforce it with force because we are fighting a terrorist state with guns. And of course, one of those offices will be barracks. One of those offices will be police stations under Nigeria. One of those offices will be government houses. So you don't need ordinary stick to enforce that. It is a test that the whole world will sit and witness. The time has come that our own freedom is taken. Our future is in our hand. And what we are doing today is to make sure we protect the life of our women and children. So my fellow Biafrans, in the coming weeks, I want everybody to pay attention to the updates that will be coming from our handles. The delegitimization of Nigeria within our land is taken to the next level. And there's going to be enforcement. And remember, if we do not destroy Nigeria today, Nigeria will destroy us. If we do not end the terrorist state of Nigeria, the terrorist state of Nigeria will end us. We cannot see and sit and watch a state that kills its own citizens, that have no regard to human dignity and have no regard to women and children. That kind of state is not a state anybody can support. We've seen the massacre of Biafrans, massacre of Christians, massacre of many indigenous nationalities in other parts of Nigeria. They are as human as us. They have nobody to speak for them. They have no government in exile like you do. They have no Mazi Nnamdi Kanu like you do. They have no Simon Ekpa like you do. They have no cabinet members in the government in exile. They have no de facto government in the homeland. Nobody speaks for them. Nobody fights for them. They have no liberation army. They have no resistance fighters. They have nobody to defend them. And these people are getting killed every day. We need to make Nigeria very, very uncomfortable. And believe me, the more Biafra fight Nigeria, the more we save life in other parts of the country. Especially the life of those Christians who have nobody to speak for them. We are going to draw these people to our land and neutralize them. Like Mazen Amdekano said, that's exactly what we're going to do. So I want every Biafran to understand that during this 1 month lockdown of the Nigeria terrorist state institution in Biafra land, our businesses will be flourishing. People will go to work. Those that are Biafrans, if you are a business person in Biafra land, you will go to your shop, go to your market. Nobody will disturb you. We will make sure that your market will be protected. We'll make sure that nobody will attack you in the market. We'll make sure that when the terrorist army and police come, we will be in the street. The first time the Biafra forces will be on the street. This is going to be this 1 month that is coming. So our market will open. Our businesses will open. And let me also tell you that when people say that, oh, Simon Ekpa is now, attacking the government directly, you think we will start attacking the government from the beginning? It is a step-by-step. It is a gradual process. We have come to the point that we have conditioned the Biafra people. We have conditioned those in our land, and our people know exactly what we are doing, why we are fighting for them, and the reason they have to obey, and also give their trust and their loyalty to the Biafra government. And today, we've succeeded in delegitimizing Nigeria, and they are no longer, answerable to any government, any Nigerian government officials. I want to also announce to Biafra people that we have recorded over 50 million votes today. Over 50 million votes in the Biafra self.
Did you hear that? I hope you heard the Prime Minister very, very clear. This is a very clear statement. And I bet you it is another page opened. This very page that's open, as I was saying before, is inevitable. And because of how tough it is going to be, that is why we passed through a long journey, through the sit at home up to this time. Every single Monday sit at home you have seen in the past is in preparation for what you are going to see in the future. The sit at home we have been conducting, it is not just for our demands. It is for our demands, actually. It is for us to show the world how prepared we are. And it is at the same time to prepare Biafrans for what is coming ahead. We use one stone to kill so many birds. The intelligence of the Biafrans, the intelligence of our leaders is unmatchable. That is why I tell you, what we have in Biafra land is leaders, not rulers. Under Nigerian government, what you see are rulers. People who come to rule you and force you to do things that are unimaginable, that are not obtainable. But when you come to Biafra, what we have is leaders. We have them qualified, born leaders. Every single sit at home we have conducted for the past 3 years now is in preparation for this very page that is about to open. You have heard our Prime Minister that we should wait for the announcement in a few months, in a few weeks, the date will be announced. There will be a total lockdown of 1 month in Biafra territory. That lockdown is not against the Biafrans. It's not for traders. It's not for Biafrans. You can go to your businesses peacefully in your market. Nobody will disturb you. That lockdown is going to focus on some offices of the Zoological Republic government. He made mention of the barracks, the police stations, the military barracks, and every other place that we mentioned in time to come. All we have to do is wait for that time to come. Remember, for more than a year now, we have been announcing that you should stay away from barrack. If you are still living near the barrack up till now, whatever happens to you, you have to be responsible for it. If you are still dancing around the checkpoint, hawking around the checkpoint, using checkpoint for your business, whatever happens to you going forward, you'll be responsible for it. The beauty of the restoration of Biafra is that the life and property of Biafra is put first. It is Biafran first before anything. That is why announcement is being done again and again and again and again to make sure that you are not taken unaware. There is nothing that is done today for the restoration of Biafra that is done all of a sudden. No. Sometimes we make the announcement for 1 year, 2 years, months. Finally, our purpose and reason for all our doing, the time is now mature to take it to the next level. And you have our Prime Minister. This very lockdown of 1 month will be enforced. Read my lips. Our Prime Minister said in his own word, this very lockdown, for the very first time, will be enforced. You know, before, when we call sit at home, the people that come to enforce it are sponsored by Nigerian government. The Nigerian government will bring their unknown gunmen and whatever to come and enforce sit at home and take innocent life. That's what they have been doing. But in this one, our Prime Minister has said it in ABC. It will be enforced by the Liberation Army. For the very first time, the Liberation Army of Biafra is going to come out in the open. You are going to see them in the streets. Now you understand what I mean by the preparation we have done in the past. With your own common sense, you should know where to go, when to go, and when not to go. You should know where to be and where not to be. You should be security conscious at all times. The primary objective of the Liberation Army is to go after every institution of Nigerian government in Biafra territory. Anybody bearing arms in Biafran territory in uniform representing Nigeria is a terrorist, and they will all be flushed out from their barracks, from their stations, from their checkpoints, and so many other ministries that will be mentioned by our Prime Minister when the time comes. He said we should wait for the announcement in a few weeks. The beauty of it all, why I love the Prime Minister of Biafran government, is he doesn't take you unaware. He will tell you ahead of time for you to prepare, including the enemies. If they have guts, they should prepare and wait. If you have guts, prepare and wait. But let me tell you, our concern is the Biafran people, and we will make sure that every single Biafra is protected. We have lost more than 5 million and still counting, and we will never ever lose again. This 1 month lockdown, it is going to lead us to what you are going to see after the declaration of Biafra, 2nd of December. Tighten up your belts. Remember the word of our Prime Minister, that if care is not taken, when declaration of Biafra will be made, no single soldier will have the ball to fire a shot in Biafra territory. He said that word. Some of you took it for a joke. That if care is not taken, no single shot will be fired in Biafra territory after that declaration. And for those who are thinking we are going to go into conventional warfare with Nigeria, we will not. Our Prime Minister have repeated it again and again. Biafra will not go into conventional warfare with the Zoological Republic. We know our capacity, and we know the angle we are going to get there. Guerrilla warfare all the way until our freedom. Wherever you are watching this program, you need to stand up, be very, very careful and watchful. Prepare for what is coming. 1 month lockdown, not for the Biafrans. It is focused on the Nigerian offices, Nigerian ministries, Nigerian whatever establishment in Biafran territory. The businessmen will go to their business. Whatever business you have, you can go to your business, do your business. Those in the market will go to their market. They will be protected by the Liberation Army. But at the same time, you must have to apply your brain. Be at the right place at the right time. When there is need for you to go out, go out. When there's no need for you to go out, stay indoor. These preparations have been coming for the past 3 years. We have been preparing ourselves. Through the sit at home, as I said, using one stone to kill many birds. The sit at home was not only to call for the release of Mazen Nandekam. It was not only to call for the release of all political prisoners. It was not only for the delegitimization of the Florida government. It was not only for delegitimization of the other officer. It has many, many, many branches. It is also to train the Biafran people for what is coming ahead. From 1967, our parents have passed through this road. We have learned a tough lesson. And it has become obvious that the Zoological Republic of Nigeria is not ready to allow us go through a political means. They are not ready. Because these channels have been opened long ago. As our Prime Minister made it clear, The pursuit of the independence of Biafra is done a multi-dimensional way. Multi-dimensional way. One of those multi-dimensional way is politically. We are pursuing it politically. That was why Biafrans have conducted a successful self-referendum. Today, we have recorded 50 million votes. 50 million Biafrans have given their mandate to Biafran government. Do you know what that means? 50 million. There are many countries of this world that is not up to 5 million. There are many countries in this planet Earth that are not up to 5 million. But you have 50 million people voting that they want to opt out of a terrorist government. Who in his right senses will tell them to stay? Which government of the world, which organization will tell them to stay back? We have won this battle politically, and yet the zoo does not want to accept this defeat. They don't want to accept defeat. We are not going to stop. That is why we are also taking the second dimension, which is in armed struggle, self-defense of our territory. And that one is being activated now to the highest level. And it's going to continue to increase until we work out. This is the second level. And the other third level, the engagement we are doing for it with international communities. You have seen that one also in progress. Our lobbies are doing marvelously well. Doing marvelously well. Lobbying in the United Kingdom, in the US. Our lobbying group are doing great work, and many liaison offices have been opened around the world with standard letters of recognition. These three phases are very active as we speak. It is left for Nigeria to make their choice what they want. It's for them to make choice among the three. Which one do they want? If they want a diplomatic move, we are engaging diplomatically. The diplomatic engagement is going to the highest level. Politically, we have shown the map. It is clear. If you feel that our self-referendum is false, conduct your own self-referendum. If you feel you don't agree with our own referendum, conduct yours and let Biafrans have the result. Let's see the difference. And if you refuse diplomatically, you refuse politically, you definitely don't have any choice when it comes to the armed struggle. So nobody in his right senses will see all these things that are being placed for you to make a choice. And then you decide to choose the hard way. There's no problem. The Biafrans are equal to the task. We have passed this through that road before, and we are still going to pass this again and again. And I want you to hear the last part of the statement of our Prime Minister. Very important. Pay attention to every single statement the Prime Minister is making. It has weight. Don't take his word for a joke. I warn people all the time. Anytime you see our Prime Minister speaking, even if he's joking, even if he's laughing, do not take his word for a joke. Take it serious. Take it serious than anything you can think of. I want you to listen to him on the last part of his speech on that town hall meeting. Let's listen.
They have to obey and also give their trust and their loyalty to the Biafra government. And today, we've succeeded in delegitimizing Nigeria, and they are no longer answerable to any government, any Nigerian government officials. I want to also announce to Biafra people that we have recorded over 50 million votes today. Over 50 million votes in the Biafra self-referendum. Can you beat that? Over 50 million votes. And I want you to understand that these 50 million people has given us their mandate. They have signed and say, fight for us. We have given you the mandate. Fight for us. That's exactly what it means. And for that, we are going to test run the lockdown of the Nigeria system within Biafra land. What I'm saying, take it very seriously. I said enforcement is against Nigeria terrorist army, against Nigeria terrorist state, against Nigeria terrorist air force, custom, anybody wearing uniform and carrying gun under Nigeria. You are a terrorist in our land. And this 1 month, we will use it to test you for what is to come on the 2nd of December. I have no other speech to give. Call this thing and let it go far. Biafra has come. We will fight our way out. And this fight is in accordance with how we want it, when we want it, and how we are going to want it. It's not about Nigeria dictating how we fight it like they did in 1967 and 1970. We will never go into conventional war with Nigeria. We have designed a way to defeat them. And it is guerrilla warfare. And of course, they know what it means. We will never, ever allow the Nigerian state to continue to kill our women and children like have done in the past. So my brothers and sisters, fellow citizens of Biafra, we have come to defend our land, our life. We are fighting for survival. It is a fight to finish. And I want you to understand that the fallen kingdom has risen. Thank you. Power to the Biafra Liberation Army. Power to the Biafra Defense Forces. Airborne to all the fighters. The time has come. We will test Nigeria. And the world will know what they have been hiding for the past 2 years. It will be open.
My fellow Biafrans, if you don't find joy in watching the Prime Minister speak with so much confidence, I don't know if you are truly a Biafran. Every genuine Biafran, there is no motivation that is greater than watching our Prime Minister speak. When you watch our Prime Minister speak, when you watch him speak, you are going to have great motivation. Except you are not a true Biafran. If you are a true Biafran, you'll be fired up. You'll be fired up when you hear the Prime Minister speak. And when you see him stand on the podium and speak for Biafra, you will see Mazen Nandekam. The man you are seeing, when you see him calling himself the disciple of Mazen Nandekam, spiritual son of Mazen Nandekam, it is not by mouth. It is not by claim. It is not just because he's saying it. We are talking about the reality of today. It is a reality that you must embrace. It doesn't matter how you feel, what you think. That is the truth of today. The only man holding the banner and making sure that things are done right. My fellow Biafrans, we have come a long way. And I thank you that finally, here are we. I thank you that finally, today, we are here speaking to Biafran people. May Chukwu guide and protect us and keep us until we get to our promised land. You're welcome, my brother. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and speak to Biafrans. We are listening to you.
Good morning, my brother. This your message that you are sending every day. If I want to join you, I join you when I'm in the market. I don't know why. Every day, anytime I want to join you, I join you when I'm in the market. Every day. So sometimes I feel I don't join you because of the noise from the market. But today I say let me join you. So that's why I find a very peaceful place to sit down and listen to you very well, so that I will respond very well with you. I watched some program about this pastor Rita Bai. Always I watch Rita Bai. Always say something like, "He's the only one that has power, and he's the only one that sees what will come and what will not come." Last year election period, he was saying that his P2B will come, but after the election, P2B doesn't come, meaning that his prophecy doesn't work, and that is saying of this, knowing that he's deceiving people inside his church. And today he's saying the same thing that if Biafra, the people that will take the power from Biafra, if they will not come from Anambra, meaning that the Biafra will not hold, because Anambra is the origin of the Biafra, and it did not make people where it did not be the first way to make money. So they're supposed to be first people to be the president of Biafra. Is it possible, or is he saying the right thing, or is he deceiving his church member, or is he deceiving people? So that's my number one opinion for me to talk. So I want you to let people to understand that what he's saying, whether it's right or it's not right. Because I'm not quite sure that when our PM is doing the right thing and everybody is crying. And those people that are crying, all those people, they are all evil. Both the pastors, both the reverend father, those people that are crying, they are all evil. They are not speaking the truth for the people. They speak the truth through their pocket. So I don't know if the man speaks the right or he doesn't speak the right. And I believe that it's not the man from Imo State, and he's not making that comment from Imo State. He still at the northern side. Because last time I watched his video, he said that they attacked him from his hometown, Imo State. So he's now push himself to northern side. That's where he's based now. So that particular pastor, is it saying the truth or is not saying the truth?
My brother, you see, when it comes to these people that are parading themselves as pastors, parading themselves as bishop, parading themselves, we don't have anything to do with them. When we are talking about Biafra, we are talking about reality. We are talking about what Chukwu Kabiama has for us. It is not in the hand of any idiot to come out and begin to give us some prophecy of what. You, as you are there with your common sense, you know what is right to do. Every one of us as Biafrans, we are all prophets. We all have our callings. There is no other prophet we have alive today living than Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano is a prophet. You know, the same Bible you read tells you that any prophet that says a word and it does not come to pass is a false prophet. That is how you know false prophet. A prophet that prophesies and that thing you say does not come to pass, you are a false prophet. It does not matter how big your church is. It doesn't matter how congregation you have. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be as old as Methuselah. You can have the biggest church in the whole world. If you make a single prophecy and it doesn't come to pass, you are a false prophet. When it comes to the Biafra issue, we are facing reality. Working according to the direction of Chukwu Kabiam. As you are watching and you are speaking there are words that Chukwu Kabiam will put into you. Open your eyes, you will see the reality of Biafra. Just like we always say, Biafra is a spirit. It's a spirit. It is not in the hand of any prophet or any pastor or anywhere to decide who leads us and who doesn't lead us. That power is in the hand of Chukwu Kabiam. He can choose anybody he wants, he desires. And in Biafra, you have heard Mazen Nandekano say, this issue, this zoological mentality of minority, in Biafra, we don't have a minority. Nobody is special than the other. There is nobody special than any other person in Biafra. We are equal. We are equal. Chukwu Kabiam can use anybody he chooses. No matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, if your age doesn't matter, your tribe doesn't matter, your state doesn't matter, your religion doesn't matter, Chukwu Kabiam can use anybody. Those of them that read Bible, the same Chukwu Kabiam said that if you refuse to worship me, that he will raise stone, ordinary stone, he will raise stone to worship him. So he can, if Chukwu Kabiam can choose a donkey, use a donkey to speak. If Chukwu Kabiam can speak through a fire, something that doesn't exist, how much more a human being? Who the hell is he to begin to decide who leads and who doesn't lead, or who will bring Biafra or who doesn't bring? As I have said, the only anointed ones that we know today that you must not touch are those who are born from their mother's womb. There are some people that are anointed from their mother's womb. When they speak, you will see the world with fire. And one of them is Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano is not just a leader. He is our spiritual leader. So when you begin to see these people begin to talk rubbish from right, left, and center, don't listen to them. These people are not part of us. They are only trying to grow their platform. They only try to grow their platform. Maybe they feel that when they talk about Biafra issue, people will follow them. When they talk about Biafra issue, Biafrans will pay attention to them. We don't have anything to do with them. Focus on the information coming from Biafran government. And I bet you, Biafra is much more closer to us than it has ever been. We are getting home. No man, born of a woman can stop it. No propaganda or blackmail. Let them continue to make their adverts to attract people to themselves. Who cares? We don't give a damn. There are several kinds of these nonsensical messages flying right, left, and center. You must not pay attention to it. That is why some Biafrans today, they are filled with grief. Some of them, you will see, the reason they don't support Mazi Samuel is because he is not from their own village. He is not from their state. Because he doesn't speak the same way they speak. He's not from their tribe. Some of them have some flimsy excuses. Not because he's not qualified. Some of them because he's not from their village. He's not from their state. He's not from their tribe. He's not from their religion. They won't support him. That is madness. You don't choose a leader because he is fair. You don't choose a leader because you love him or you love her. You don't choose a leader because he's your brother or your sister. You don't choose a leader because he's close to you. You choose a leader because he or she is qualified. That is how to choose a leader. And luckily for us, we have been able to get people who are more than qualified. And today, I can bet you, the Prime Minister of Biafra, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, is more than qualified. As it stands today, in this very restoration of Biafra that we get, I have not seen anybody more qualified than he. I am not saying that he is the most educated Biafran. I'm not saying that he is the smartest Biafran. I'm not saying that he's the richest Biafran. I'm not saying that he's the bravest Biafran. But when it comes to the restoration of independence of Biafra, in this era, he is the most qualified. You can take it to the bank. And if you feel he is not, please do me a favor and bring that man whom you think has what it takes to give us Biafra. My fellow Biafran that are watching, what our brother have just brought now is a very important issue that we must pay attention to, because this is what is holding so many people back. This very kind of statement, and can you imagine such kind of a statement coming from somebody who called himself a pastor in a church? Can you imagine such statement coming from a person who claimed to be representing God? You are bringing division and sentiment among the people, that somebody must come from a certain place, that if he's not from a certain place, he's not going to be a leader. And you read your Bible. These people are people who claim to read Bible. When David was chosen in the house of his father, in the house of Jesse, David is not the oldest. He wasn't the oldest. David is not the bravest. He's not the heaviest one. But Chukwu Okukabima chose David in his father's house, in the home of Jesse. He chose David. Why did you think he chose him? Do you think it is by you being the firstborn? Or do you think that it is by you being of so category, so big and so fat or whatever? Chukwu Okukabima can choose anybody he wishes to choose. That is why these are the kind of people that ridicule Christianity. These kind of pastors are the people that ridicule Christianity. When they speak, you begin to imagine, where are they getting their inspiration from? What is pushing them? What kind of Bible are they reading? Is it the same Bible that you and I read? Is it the same thing they are reading? But of course, because they surround themselves with ignorant people that they confuse, they continue to force their own ideology into people to make people believe falsehood, things that is not obtainable. That is why they continue to tell you to pray for Nigeria, pray for this, pray for that. In the case of Biafra, we have prayed when we have to pray. And I don't tell you that prayer is not working. Prayer is powerful and working. But prayer without work is rubbish. After praying, you go to work. After praying, you go to the field and fight your battle and win. After praying, you go to the field and Chukwu Okukabima will give you the wisdom, knowledge, and inspiration to fight that battle and win. Prayer cannot fight the battle for you. Prayer alone will not fight the battle for you. That is why in the restoration of Biafra today, during the time of our school, Mazin Nandekano does not start any program without prayer. That is why most of us have taken after him. In any program we do, we pray first of all before we go do it. In any of our program, we pray. We take permission from Chukwuka for him to direct us on what to do. But that doesn't mean that after prayer we will not go to work. After prayer, you go to work and fight the battle. Go to the war front. We have seen even the Israelites we look upon. Their soldiers pray a lot. They pray and they go to war and they win. You don't pray and go to sleep. Our prime Supreme Amazing Nandekano, with all his prayer techniques, with all his effort in praying, he prays and he went ahead to form the army of the ESN. He prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and he formed the ESN, gave them arms to go forward and defend Biafran territory. That is what human beings do. You don't pray and go to sleep. You don't pray and forget about what you're supposed to do. There are some responsibility that is in your shoulder that you yourself alone will do. Nobody will do it for you. Don't allow anybody to confuse you or defeat you. It is because of this kind of people that our Supreme Amazing Nandekano came forward and he said, in one of his programs, he said, the reason why he come hard on some of the Christian doctrines and what they do is not because he hates Christians. It is not because he disrespects Yeshua. It is not because he's against anybody, but because he wants to channel our mind, prepare our mind for what is coming ahead, to make sure we are not deceived and confused. He wants to make sure we have that mental toughness to fight and defend for what is right. Not because somebody told us to withdraw, but because drive deep in our hearts, the conscience that Chukwuka have put in man will make you to know what is right and do it. You can continue to lie to yourself for all I care. Every one of us know what is right and what is wrong. It does not matter who tells you. As soon as you come of age, you will know what is right and what is wrong. Only that sometimes we choose to do what is wrong. And then you feel comfortable blaming others for the wrong you have done. My fellow Biafrans, we must not relent. It's just like what was the video we saw just last week. The video that came up where you saw a man, a Biafran, who is supposed to be respected, somebody who is supposed to be in the forefront, speaking on behalf. We are not telling him to go and fight. We are not telling that man to go and fight. Use your power, use your own office to defend your people. At least give your people a voice. Instead of him doing that, we saw him going to Asorok to go and talk about Nigeria that he knows doesn't exist. I am talking about nobody than Emeka Anyoko, the former Secretary General of Commonwealth. Former Secretary General of Commonwealth. We have seen him, we saw him in Asorok. Just last week, we saw him in Asorok, where he went to begin to talk about one Nigeria again. Talking about things that have to do with Nigeria. This man has been there with the stance he gets as a former Secretary General of Commonwealth. He has not come to advocate for the release of Mazen Nandekano. I have never seen him anywhere where he was advocating seriously for the release of Mazen Nandekano. He has been silent in all the destruction happening in Biafra territory, the loss of life, burning of houses, and taking of innocent life. I have not seen him make an argument. He was there when his own brother won election and they took it away from him. He didn't speak. All of a sudden, we saw him in Asorok, calling himself an intellectual, whatever title they give to themselves. They are going there to go and decide and begin to talk about a Nigeria that does not exist. These are the kind of clowns we have in Biafra land. And tomorrow, you tell me you don't respect others. People who cannot follow the reality and pursue the truth. We saw it. You're not hearing me? Can you hear me? It should be from your side. I'm hearing you, but if you cannot hear me, I think that should be from your own side. If you're not hearing me, let me see If somebody can hear me, just type on the comment section. Let me know if you can hear me from the comment section. My voice is coming out. I can hear myself. I can hear you, but if you cannot hear me, it's your own side. Try to refresh. Refresh. Come back again. Come back again. My voice is very clear. It's not from me, it's from your own side, so you have to reapply again. So, my fellow Biafrans, I was saying, this man we know, Emeka Anyaoku, came. A man who has been silent with everything happening in Biafran territory. We have not seen Emeka Anyaoku speak anywhere. Former Secretary General of Commonwealth. With all the authority he has, he could not give a voice to his own brother, who has been held, his own son, who has been held captive in DSS. The world have said, let him go, he's innocent. They continue to hold him. He has won his case in the court. They continue to hold him. Emeka Anyaoku has not shown his anger on the continued decision of Mazen Emeka. The loss of life in Biafra territory, we have not seen Emeka Anyaoku use his office as former Secretary General of Commonwealth to speak on behalf of his people. All of a sudden, we saw him in Asoro. These are the people who the evil system of Nigeria built, and they are doing everything possible to protect that system, because that is the only place they can feel relevant. They want to continue to maintain the status quo, to keep that relevancy, that idiotic relevancy. That is what they want to keep. That is what they will never speak. This man has seen. In his presence, we have conducted a self-referendum that international communities, organizations are recognizing. Self-referendum that have won 50 million plus. And yet this man is seated in Asoro, trying to convince himself and his likes that the Biafrans are part of whatever they are talking about. Trying to drive a different agenda of regional government that has to do with Nigeria. And you want us to pay attention to this guy. I want you to listen to him. I'm just going to play a very short clip for you to see the picture of the man I'm talking about, in case you don't know him.
With the president, we, the patriots, and I believe you know what the patriots are. The patriots are a non-partisan group of eminent Nigerians. Some call us leaders of thought, who are committed to the unity of our country and good governance of our country under a legitimate people's democratic constitution. So we came to convey this view that Nigeria needs a people's democratic constitution. Nigeria, we affirmed to Mr. President, is a pluralistic country.
You have heard him. This is the person I'm talking about, Emeka Anyaoku. You just heard what he's saying, calling himself a patriot. How is he a patriot? Patriot to what? Patriotic to what? There is no single one of these clowns that is patriotic to so-called Nigeria. And he's not patriotic to Biafra. Patriot to what? And they describe themselves as leaders of thought. What kind of thought do you have? The people that we know that are patriotic is someone like Chinua Achebe. Someone like Chinua Achebe, who returned back every single award that the British government gave him. He returned it to Queen Elizabeth, and so many of them. There are so many patriots there during the Biafran Civil War who returned every single certificate and award that was given to them by the British. They sent it back. Even there are some white men who did the same. White men who returned every single thing that the British gave them because of what Biafrans were facing. Today, look at this man protecting the slave master, singing the song of the enemy, calling himself a patriot. Ask him, are you patriotic to who? Who are you patriotic to? What kind of patriot are you? What kind of patriot are you? Patriot to what? To who? When you are seeing the intimidation, When the country is saying they don't want your people, when you are seeing the hatred against your people pronounced, you saw the hatred against your people pronounced, and you have not at any time addressed that hatred against your people. During the time of election, your people were decimated. Life were lost because they wanted to exercise their own rights. Even in the just concluded protest, your people refused to come out. Still, they were dragging them into it, blackmailing them and calling them names. Your own son is held in detention for no just cause. International community say release him. The court in the zoo that you say you are a patriot, in the court say let him go. You didn't talk about it. They are still holding him up to today. You are not talking about it. A patriot. A patriot. Your own brother won election and they rigged it on him. A patriot, you didn't talk. Only now they are trying to use you to drag us back into the area we have left for a very long time. And this is the game that the zoo play over and over again. The zoo always play this game over and it is so painful that at any time they want to play this game, there must be an idiot that will make himself available. Go and check in all their ministries and offices. The people they have as spokesperson are always Biafra. Igbo Biafra to be precise. They will always use an Igbo Biafra to be a spokesperson. Go to the DSS, Igbo Biafra. Go to the military, Igbo Biafra. Go to the police, Igbo Biafra. They are spokesperson at all post time to cover their evil after destroying their own people. They will use you to stand against it. And you don't see anything wrong in it. You call yourself a patriot. People we know that are patriots are people like Chinua Achebe and so many of them who returned the medals they won. The medal that were given to them by the zoo, the medal that were given by the colonial master, they returned it because of the what people we are facing. These are people that are called patriots. If you are a patriot, you will not go to Tinubu, a drug baron who didn't win election. You will go and sit there to talk any nonsense. You are talking about, when you listen to the full program, you saw him talking about changing the constitution. What constitution? Nigeria doesn't even have any constitution, let alone change it. Nigeria has not been a country, it's not a country, and will never be a country. Why is this too difficult for you who call yourself leader of thoughts? What kind of thoughts do you have in you? What kind of thoughts do you have? When you cannot, after more than 60 years, you cannot still know that this very idiotic entity forged by the British cannot work. And when you look at them, these are people who are almost nearing their grave. You are nearing your grave. Instead of you to redeem yourself from your evil, you want to tie your generation behind, tie your own children down. One of the elders, the person who he succeeded, begged Muhammad Buhari to release Mazen Nadigan for him as a last wish. At least he did. I've forgotten his name. Mbazurike. One of our elders, Mbazurike, who this man took over from, Mbazurike was begging Buhari. He told Buhari, Mbazurike told Buhari, release Mazen Nadigan for me as my last wish before I die. Because he was of age. Buhari ignored it. Mbazurike, the person that this idiot succeeded, was asking for the release of Mazen Nadigan, begging that release Mazen Nadigan to me as the last wish. The president of the zoo refused, and that man died without that wish. Today, you took over from the man. You ignored the wish that your predecessor had made. You ignore it today. You are going ahead to fight for your one Nigeria. Shame on you. And just like every other betrayer, every other saboteur have gone, you have just opened your own chapter and you're on the gate. You are on your gateway home. You are going to join the rest of them who has given way and parted way for us. And that is how it's going to be. Everyone that is standing on the way of Biafra today will definitely go down. Anyone that is standing on the way of Biafra people, directly or indirectly, in any way, in any manner, you will definitely go down because the time has come. So many of them have sworn oath with them and their zoo. So many of them have sworn oath in the private. They say over their dead body will Biafra come. Every one of you will go down. The time has come. A new sheriff is in town, and there is nothing you can do. This is not the time of blackmail propaganda or you come out and say anything. How can you call yourself a leader of thought? How can you call yourself a patriot? And yet, there is nothing good that attached to you that has to do with defending your people or the ordinary man. Whatever they were talking in Asarok there was for them and them alone. The same elites, they call themselves elites. The same cabal, that is how they operate. They are everywhere. They are in the southeast, they are in the south-south, they are in the middle belt, they are in the north. These people, this cabal, they are there, enslaving their regions for their own personal interest. And this, their enslavement is working because you have that one thing that united them, that named Nigeria. That is why we are going to put an end to it. It does not matter what you take. It doesn't matter what it takes. It is going to end. And the time is now. In case you don't know, when we say Nigeria is irredeemable, you don't understand, right? I am going to play a video for you. Listen to the speech of this woman. Listen to every single thing this woman is going to say. And tell me how such a country can work. And I bet you, even they themselves, those politicians, one by one, each and every one of them, both those who are still aspiring to be politicians, they are all a bunch of criminals, and they know that this entity will never work. It does not matter who becomes your president. It doesn't matter what kind of election. It doesn't matter what kind of thing. As long as you are still remaining on that umbrella called Nigeria, you are doomed. And I want you to pay attention to what this woman has to say. Listen carefully. Listen. Every single thing she's going to say, listen. She is not excluded. These are a bunch of idiots and clowns. And look at how they operate.
Working for the Hague Institute for Innovation of Law, but I've had the privilege in my past life to be a politician. So when you talk about mad dogs and corrupt people and bias, I cringe. The judiciary should not be seen mingling with politicians. Who are the judiciary? They're Nigerians. And I think that's for me, I think that is the root of the problem. Somehow, you become a governor and you're no longer a Nigerian. Somehow you become a judge, you're no longer a Nigerian. You're a president and you're no longer a Nigerian. And that is the root of the problem. It is a Nigerian problem. If you're a corrupt Nigerian and you're made a judge, you will be a corrupt judge. If you're a corrupt Nigerian and you become a SAN, you will become a corrupt SAN. The problem is a Nigerian problem. It starts from the home, it starts from the communities. We don't even hold each other accountable any longer. So, sir, I equally have a question for you. Perhaps we should legislate who people marry. Why should a prominent politician's wife be able to be a judge? It should be against the law. You see somebody that I laugh at it. He's a prominent politician, and his wife climbs up and becomes a Supreme Court justice. We have to regulate these things. And some people will say, how can you regulate love? You're not regulating love, you're regulating sanity and discipline. If your wife needs to be a judge, then you need not be an elected official. You must pick one. Let us get serious. Let us get serious. You hear court judgment, and the judge sitting there is the wife of a senator, and the senator comes on the floor of the Senate and tells us, well, in the bedroom, I have negotiated for some of you, and we laugh. So I'm calling on all of us, because I was talking to my friend, Dr. Gash. I was saying to him that the simplistic response to all of our problems is to blame the judiciary. The simplistic solution to all our problems is to blame politicians. If I didn't tell you today that I am a politician, or I was a politician before I went on sabbatical, I don't look like one. I don't speak like one. But let me tell you another problem before I sit down, having listened to our speaker. The bigger problem is, I have to humbly tell you that the politicians you see on your television, in the Senate, the National Assembly, are finished products of a very corrupt route. I remember the first time I was just coming back from the US when I ran for Federal House of Reps. I went to one of the delegates' house, and I must say this with all sense of humility. The man couldn't speak English, was a secondary school dropout, was riddled with poverty. I was trying to understand, how can this man gauge if I'm good enough to represent him? I could barely sit on his seat. The house was filthy. All of you politicians know what I'm talking about. But multiple people like him were responsible to vote for who was going to represent them. And then you wonder what is wrong. With all due respect, it's not lawyers that pick these people. It's not people seated here that choose who is going to represent their parties. Let's get serious. From the root is corrupt. When it's time to pick those delegates, politicians pick delegates who cannot barely understand the system. All they know is the brown envelope. And you let them elect your senators and House of Reps members, and what do you expect to get out of it? Let's get serious. When they're writing these delegates, most of them are not even educated. They can't read, they can't write. They don't understand anything. They're waiting for the bags of rice. They don't care about issues. Give me the money. And then finally, because maybe this is not the right time to say all this, but finally, before I sit down, I want to challenge us. Are you waiting for your turn? Because the last election to me was the most sincere. A man who is now, with all due respect, our president, said it is his turn. I felt that was the most sincere statement. Because amongst the political class, amongst the judges, amongst the judiciary, the legislative, all of us are waiting for our turn. Our turn for the embarrassingly reality that we are left to cater to ourselves. The very nature of the Nigerian state is what is creating the electoral rot. Every Nigerian is taking care of themselves. So when you are elected, when you're looking for office, you're looking for a means to take care of yourself. Pay school fees, pay for your electricity, pay for water, pay for the road, pay for everything. Even your security you pay for. So tell me, how can you elect me and expect me, who is coming for my own slice of the national cake, to protect yours? The problem is all of us sitting here and those sitting out there. It may be simple to hold the judiciary responsible, but what I hold them responsible for, with all due respect, is before you became a judge, you were a Nigerian. And sir, because you're the governor we're seeing, you were once a governor, and now you are the chairman of the ruling party. Before all of that, you were a Nigerian. Let's think about Nigeria first. Thank you very much.
That is the country we are talking about. The people that are seated there, one of the man that is clapping, the last picture they showed, the man they showed that was clapping is Ganduje. Ganduje, who was caught red-handed on video where he was stealing money. Ganduje was caught red-handed where he was stealing billions of dollars, touching billions of dollars into his Babaliga. Money that he extorted from a contractor. Criminals, look at them sitting there. And after giving your eloquent speech, they are clapping. And of course, the woman didn't exempt herself. She was also a politician like them. So they must have one thing or the other against her. So whenever they see them coming to speak on national TV, they are just entertaining you. These are entertainments. They are just like the musical entertainers you see. They are just like your musicians you see. Those your celebrities, they are just like the same thing with the celebrities. Each time you see they are coming to entertain you, tell you one sweet word, or they spit all the grammars in their mouth. At the end of the day, they have nothing. Just as he said, what they are all pursuing is a national cake, which is the name they have given to fraud. Fraud in Nigeria, they call it national cake. Every single politician, they are just waiting online for them to cut their own national cake. And that is their slogan. You see the woman say it there. You know, sometimes when we say certain things, because we are the ones saying it on social media, people don't believe. They will think maybe it is out of hate because we don't like them, maybe because we want. It is not. Everything we are saying is backed with facts. And that is why we will never stop. Finally, before I go, I want to play the last video for today. This video, you are going to see one of the idiotic human rights, the person that called himself human rights in Abuja. One of the clan, they call him Ordinary Ahmed or whatever they call him, who was calling for the head of our prime minister. This idiot was on his station, even disgracing himself, calling Finland ambassador, calling Finland to call for the extradition of our prime minister, that idiot, a clueless person. That is why I tell you, anyone that claims to be a human rights activist in Nigeria is one of the fraudsters. In fact, that is the most dangerous fraudster you should be afraid of. The worst fraudsters in Nigeria are those ones who are presenting themselves as human rights activists. Go and check the record, including their lawyers and their judges. Every one of them that puts that tag, human rights, this one, run away from them. They are the most dangerous. I'm going to play a video of a program that idiot held in his studio, where he was, you know, the day he was calling our prime minister, shouting our prime minister, calling for the extradition of our prime minister, campaigning. Finally, in his studio, an information came about the fraud his own people have committed. The name of the person that have used Nigeria to borrow money. They use Nigerian money. The wealth in Biafra, they use the wealth in Biafra land, the oil in Biafra land, to borrow money in advance. They mortgage the people and borrow money. The name of the person that stole the money was mentioned, but when it was called up in his studio, he was short of words. He was short of words. This one is not a secret. Somebody called in and confirmed that so person and so person stole money. The name was mentioned. A human rights activist. Is he going to go for that? Of course he will not. Is he going to call for arrest of that man? Of course he will not. That is how it's going to end. And he will be calling you to be patriotic. These are the people they use to support their evil act, to keep your mind focused, and you think that something is happening while nothing is happening. But for us Biafrans, we are focused. We can't be distracted. I want you to listen to what's transpired in that man's studio. Let's watch.
Abdulaziz Umar talks, the ordinary president. I hear say our past leader don't sell our crude oil up front. Nigeria no get crude oil to sell to Dangote again. Me too, I hear that thing. Say all this money where they borrow during Buhari time, they use our crude oil where we never produce, give them as a security to collect the money up front. Now, so I hear. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, President.
Yes, sir.
It's not a rumor.
Oh, it's not a rumor?
Yeah, they sold it. It was a swap deal done by Mele Kyari.
This is Mele Kyari?
$3 billion.
$3 billion?
$3 billion. And they still apply again. They want to do same. It was done under Buhari and collected $3 billion. Now they want to swap again, mortgage our resources and collect another, I think, is it 2 or 3 billion. Still, they are still on the process. But it's not a rumor. It was done and sealed. So we have no crude oil for now. It has been mortgaged. That is the fact. So it's not a rumor.
Thank you very much. Make we appreciate elder statesman.
And they want patriotism. They want us to be patriotic, hungry people to be patriotic.
Yes, we will be patriotic. We will be. We will continue to be patriotic. Please.
A hungry man, my ordinary president.
We will continue to be patriotic. Please. Please. We will continue to be patriotic. Nothing will affect our patriotism. We will. We will deal with them. But we will continue to be patriotic. Please.
You hear him? His own brother, Mele Kyari, the name was mentioned, has borrowed $3 billion in advance with the resources of Biafrans. And they are still processing another $3 billion. It's in progress. The person that called in said that another one is still going on by the same person, name mentioned. And I bet you nothing will be done. Look at him. The only thing he has to say is that we'll be patriotic. We'll be patriotic. We will deal with them. How? You will deal with them. How? They were there when Buhari was there. The man they call Mr. Integrity. $3 billion borrowed in advance. And look at him. When he started it, he said they don't have oil to give his brother Dangote. And it was because of his brother Dangote that he was talking about the oil. The same Dangote who is part of the problem, one of the agents of darkness. Today, what you are seeing is the battle of the titans. Two greedy men fighting. A greedy Dangote and a greedy drug baron from the southwest. Fighting against the oil in Biafra land. That is what you are seeing. And look at when he was reporting on favor of Dangote, a fellow criminal. And finally, when somebody called in and now tell him that $3 billion was borrowed, it is not a rumor. He was calling it a rumor. He said it's not a rumor. And another one is in process. And what could we do? What could we say? We will deal with them. Let's continue to be patriotic. Let's continue to be patriotic. This was the same man who was calling for the extradition of our Prime Minister for Finland. He was calling for extradition of a man who is defending his own people. A man who has not stolen anything from anybody. Only defending his own people, saying that terrorists will not kill him anymore. He called himself a human rights activist. And he was calling for the head of a man who was fighting for his own people. Today, his position came to his platform. All he had to say is Nigeria should continue to be patriotic. Shame for anybody that continues to attach himself with the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Shame on you, fellow Biafrans that are watching. If we continue to speak about the issue of the zoo, we cannot get out of here. The most important thing is for you to know that we are going home. The time is due for us to go home. Prepare yourself. Today is sit at home. Wherever you are in Biafran territory, you must sit at home. And remember, Biafra land must be protected. Biafra land must be protected. So, what we have to do today is to begin to make our contributions. If you have not started supporting Biafra financially, please do so. Put your money where your mouth is. Nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody will do it for you. Every dime you invest today, you will see the effect of your money. This is not the time when you say you don't know where your money is going. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, have proven himself. He has proven himself in all ramifications that he's equal to the task. All he needs is our support. The Liberation Army are going to embark on massive job. And for them to do that job very well, they need your support. Finance is finally there. So please, if you have not started contributing, please start making your financial contribution. No matter how small, it is going to go a long way. No matter how small. Many strategies have been opened. You can get involved in the IOU loan. The IOU loan, go and apply for the IOU loan through our website. Once you apply, you will be contacted and the necessary information will be given to you. Every money you invest in Biafra, every money you invest, you are going to get back 100% interest after the restoration of Biafra. 100% interest after the restoration of Biafra, and some other benefits. This is for Biafrans and non-Biafrans. There are non-Biafrans who want to invest in Biafra, go and invest. There are so many other benefits for you and your families. Already we know there are so many people who are applying for citizenship in Biafra, even when we are not yet completely out. So those people have the chance now to invest. When you invest in Biafra, there are so many benefits for you, your future, your families, and all that. Most importantly, 100% interest for every investment you make. There is no excuse to give. There is also a letter for a one-on-one meeting with our Prime Minister. For those money banks who are still having doubt in them, for those money banks who are still having confusion, who doesn't have enough information, go to X of our Prime Minister. You're going to see the link to apply. He is going to meet you one-on-one and answer every single question you want. He will answer you. All this is done so that you will not have an excuse to give tomorrow. You will will not have an excuse to give as a Biafra. If you are from the old southeastern region, the present south-south, southeast, lower Benue or lower Kedi, it doesn't matter your religion or your tribe. You have no excuse to give. The law of Biafra is going to come out of you. If you have the resources to support today and you did not, if you have the means to do what you have to do and you didn't do it, the law is not going to be easy on you. That is why every loopholes are being closed. There is no excuse you give. Support Biafra today. And when you are making your donation, make sure you check properly. Check properly the address before you make your donation. Check properly. I am going to announce here the websites that you can use to donate to Biafra. One of the websites that you can use to donate, we have about 3 approved websites. 3 approved websites that you can use to donate for Biafra. Anything short of this, do not get into it. It is a scam. Number 1 is www.ipopeusa.org/donate. This is where you can donate for the restoration of Biafra. This is where you can donate for the fundraising. This is where you can make donation for Biafra. www.ipopeusa.org/donate. Make sure you have a /donate. There are so many fake links they have opened, and some people have fallen victim and they went and paid to the wrong places. Be very careful. Another website that we use is www.biafrarepublic.gov.org. www.biafrarepublic.gov.org. Be very, very careful. Watch properly before you make your donation. The next one is www.newdimensionmandates.org. Before you make any donation, be very careful. More especially the donation we are making on the fundraising. That fundraising and the dues you are paying. Make sure you check properly. It is www.ipopeusa.org/donate. Very important. Don't fall victim to the scammers. Don't fall victim. We know that we are dealing with criminals everywhere. They are always trying to push us aside and push one negative face or other. We must be very careful and we must pay attention to every single details we are going home. As we are sitting at home today, look forward for the 1 month sit at home. The Prime Minister himself is going to announce it. Keep your eye on the information. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe and make sure you click your notification bell so that each time I come online, you'll be joining me on time so that we can rush it over and have our day. I appreciate everyone that has contributed in one way or the other on this platform. I thank you so much for being part of the platform. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for whatever you have put in on today's message. Both those who are in the comment section, those who are commenting, and those who are not commenting, those who have shared this program. If you have not yet shared this program, I don't know why you are not sharing it. Because one of the responsibilities we have is to engage in radical evangelism, to carry everybody around. Carry everybody along to make sure we get to the direction. In carrying people along, you can carry people along by sharing this video on your platform, on your WhatsApp group, to family and friends. Very important. We don't want to leave anybody in the dark. I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of us wherever we are. From what you are seeing today, if you don't know that the zoo has ended, it means you don't know yourself. If you do not know that the zoo has ended completely,
the zoo has fallen. The zoo has fallen. Finally, the zoo has fallen. If you do not know that the zoo has fallen, check around yourself. Check around you.
Check around yourself. If you are still in doubt, all you need to do is to check around yourself. Things that are happening, you will understand that the zoo has fallen. Thank you so much for joining me on this program. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of you that has participated in one way or the other. I pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Liberation Army as they are going to engage on a very serious mission. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Liberation Army. Guide and protect the resistant fighters. Guide and protect the Black Marine. guide and protect the strike force, every forces on ground, our Air Force fighting for us. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect them. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect the de facto government in the homeland. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect Biafran government. Every member of the cabinet, may they be protected. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect all our media, all the media warriors and their family that are speaking on various platforms. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect them, secure them, give them more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to preach the gospel until we are free. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, the Obotobie of Biafra land. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama give him more wisdom, 2,000 men wisdom. No evil shall befall him. Every trap they set for him will catch them. Every hole they dug for him, they will fall into it. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to build a wall of fire around him. No evil shall befall him. We pray for Mazen Nandekano, the supreme leader of IPOB. We pray for good health for him. We pray for healing. We pray for strength for him wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect him under his own canopy. Every poison they inject into his body will never have effect. Chukwu Okike Abiyama will send doctors spiritually to continue to minister to Mazen Nandekano. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being with me on this program. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Speaker Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay blessed and enjoy your sit at home today. Biafra government, peace, unity, progress, and equity. Freedom or die.